Your brain does not know the difference between a broken bone and a broken heart, because evolution took a lazy shortcut and plugged social rejection directly into your physical pain alarm. When someone excludes you, ghosts your message, or shuts you out of a group, your neural hardware fires the exact same electrical distress call it uses when you burn your hand on a red-hot iron stove. That cold, hollow ache in your chest and that sudden drop in your stomach are not poetic metaphors. They are a biological fire alarm screaming that your survival is under immediate threat. You are about to uncover the hidden neural bridge connecting social exclusion to physical agony. Specifically, how a deep brain structure known as the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex and an ancient hub called the anterior insula work together to transform a momentary social slight into genuine, visceral suffering. Think about the last time you were left out of a conversation, walked into a room where people suddenly stopped talking, or watched a circle of friends make plans without including you. What happened inside your body? Your throat tightened. Your chest felt compressed by an invisible band. A heavy, sickening sensation pulled in your gut. We use physical words to describe these moments all the time. Crushed, wounded, heartbroken, stabbed in the back. For decades, psychologists assumed this was just colorful language. It is not. To understand why this happens, you have to look at the brain as a biological machine running ancient software in a modern environment. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, on the open ancestral plains, human beings were physically unimposing creatures. We had no sharp claws, no armored hide, and no lethal speed. Our single evolutionary advantage was the tribe. If you stayed within the social circle, you shared food, you took turns guarding the camp at night, and your offspring survived. If the tribe cast you out into the wilderness, your life expectancy dropped to a matter of days. Ostracism was not a hurt feeling. It was a literal death sentence. Because the stakes were so absolute, natural selection could not afford to let you ignore social exclusion. Building an entirely new sensory system from scratch would have taken millions of years of evolutionary trial and error. So nature did what it always does. It hijacked an existing survival circuit. The brain already had a master system designed to alert you to immediate physical danger, the pain matrix. By wiring social connection directly into the physical pain pathways, evolution guaranteed that the moment your standing in the group was threatened, you would feel an agonizing alarm you could not possibly ignore. This exact biological mechanism was caught in action during a groundbreaking study conducted by Dr. Naomi Eisenberger and her colleagues in 2003 at the University of California, Los Angeles. They placed participants inside a functional magnetic resonance imaging scanner and had them play a simple computerized game called Cyberball. The participants saw 3 animated figures on a screen passing a virtual ball back and forth. They believed the other 2 figures were real human players in adjacent rooms. At first, everyone shared the ball equally, but after a few minutes, the researchers programmed the other 2 avatars to only toss the ball to each other, completely ignoring the participant. The participant was just lying in a scanner watching cartoon dots move across a digital screen. Yet as they watched themselves being excluded, the scanner revealed something staggering. The dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, the precise neural region that calculates the unpleasant, distressing quality of physical pain, lit up with intense metabolic activity. The anterior insula, which processes physical sensations from your internal organs, flared at the same time. The more social distress the participant reported feeling, the hotter these physical pain centers burned. If you find this crossover between social belonging and visceral physical pathways as fascinating as I do, take a brief moment right now to leave a comment sharing where you feel rejection physically in your body, and subscribe. Taking that second signals the algorithm that deep behavioral neuroscience matters, and it directly supports the continuous research behind uncovering these hidden biological programs. What Dr. Eisenberger's discovery proved is that social pain is not an emotional overreaction. It is a hardwired physical warning system. When someone dismisses you, your dorsal anterior cingulate cortex registers tissue damage that has not even occurred. It treats the social rupture as if your arm were trapped under a fallen boulder. Stop and consider how this single piece of biology alters everything about how you live your daily life. Have you ever wondered why you stay in draining relationships far longer than you should? Why you freeze in terror before speaking up in a meeting? Why a casual snub from a colleague can ruin an entire weekend? You are not being irrational. Your brain is running an ancestral survival script. Before you understand this mechanism, you interpret that sick feeling in your stomach as personal weakness. You tell yourself that you are too sensitive, that you need to develop thicker skin, or that there is something fundamentally broken in how you handle conflict. After you understand this mechanism, you realize that your nervous system is simply misinterpreting modern social discomfort as an existential threat to your life. This connection is so literal that it crosses over into pharmacology. In a remarkable study published in 2010, social psychologist Dr. C. Nathan DeWall and an interdisciplinary team tested whether an everyday over-the-counter physical pain reliever could blunt social agony. They gave one group of participants daily doses of acetaminophen, regular Tylenol, and gave another group a placebo. Over the course of 3 weeks, the participants who took the physical painkiller reported significantly fewer hurt feelings in their daily social interactions. Even more astonishing, when they were placed in brain scanners during a social exclusion task, the individuals on acetaminophen showed noticeably suppressed activity in both the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex and the anterior insula compared to the placebo group. A common pain tablet silenced the ache of social exclusion. Now, this does not mean you should pop a pill every time someone hurts your feelings, but it provides undeniable proof. Your social pain is physical pain. When you leave this biological reality unaddressed, the costs compound rapidly. Chronic fear of triggering that physical alarm leads directly to people-pleasing, chronic conflict avoidance, and profound social isolation. You become willing to compromise your core values, your career ambitions, and your self-respect simply to avoid activating the ancient neural fire alarm. Fortunately, because you now understand the exact circuitry at play, you can intervene with precision. Here are 3 concrete, science-backed protocols to recalibrate your brain's social alarm system. First, somatic decoupling and physiological labeling. The moment you experience rejection, your autonomic nervous system floods your torso with distress signals. Your anterior insula reads this visceral spike and immediately signals the conscious mind that a catastrophic event is taking place. You can break this loop by shifting from an emotional narrative to an objective biological observation. The second you feel that tightening in your throat or drop in your stomach, say out loud or silently to yourself, "My dorsal anterior cingulate cortex is firing an ancient alarm. My body is registering a false physical injury." Translating raw emotional distress into concrete neural data engages the ventrolateral prefrontal cortex, which acts as a biological brake on the limbic system, dampening the alarm before it cascades into panic. Second, proactive micro-affiliation. Your ancestral brain operates on a basic tribal tally. When one person rejects you, the primitive limbic system acts as though the entire tribe has banished you to the wild. You must counteract this distortion with immediate microdoses of social safety. Do not isolate yourself in a dark room to brood. Send a short, low-stakes text message to a trusted friend, make warm eye contact and share a brief greeting with a barista, or step outside and engage in a brief, pleasant interaction with a neighbor. These tiny, low-friction moments of benign human connection signal the anterior insula that you are still tethered to the social fabric, dramatically lowering the volume of the neural distress call. Third, the modern survival reframe. Remember that the pain response evolved because being left behind on the savannah meant physical death. Your primitive circuits cannot distinguish between being exiled from a hunter-gatherer clan and being excluded from a group chat, passed over for a promotion, or turned down for a second date. You must deliberately remind your nervous system of your physical autonomy. Look around the room you are in. Notice your shelter, your access to water, your resources. Ground your senses in the undeniable physical reality that this social rupture has zero ability to end your life. You are not cast out into the freezing wilderness. You are completely safe. Look at how differently you can now interpret your own past behavior. The times you endured toxic friendships, the moments you stayed quiet when you should have spoken up, the intense, lingering sting of past breakups. None of that was a character flaw. It was your biology desperately fighting to keep you alive, using the only emergency tools it possessed. You do not need to eliminate your vulnerability. You just need to recognize the alarm for what it really is, an ancient evolutionary artifact that no longer runs your destiny. Where in your body do you feel the physical sting of rejection first? Is it your stomach, your chest, your throat, or your head? Type your answer in the comments right now, and press the like button to bookmark this scientific breakdown so you have the neural blueprint ready to access the next time that physical alarm sounds without warning. You have just unlocked the hidden biology behind one of humanity's most misunderstood emotional experiences. But the internal programs governing your daily decisions run far deeper than this single mechanism, and the neurological revelation we are currently investigating will fundamentally transform how you understand your own mind. Subscribe right now so you do not miss that discovery the moment it arrives.